Good morning everybody. Today is not a skating video, but we're starting off in a skate park. My friend Jamie Fielding and I are going in search of a sunflower field. At the moment we're in a place called Woodingdean, which is just on the outskirts of Brighton, and we're going for a short walk across some fields. I would say sunflower fields, finally the summer is here, but that's not the case. It's the beginning of September. What's going on this year? I'm not going to complain though, more photography for me. Right, let's go. Start recording, about to say I'm waiting for the sun to come up, and it just pokes his face over the top of the hill. It's a good looking sunflower field and it's better than I expected. You can see here it's kind of sweeping around a curve. It's really nice, and it's a bit more difficult than shooting poppies, I think, because we need to photograph the direction of the sunflower fields, which is a challenge in itself because that's actually not the best view. The best view is kind of looking that way. At the moment it's kind of overcast because there's some low-lying cloud. We're just waiting for the sun to pop up because there's no direct sunlight on the field whatsoever. And then once we've got that, I'll start to talk you through some of the compositions. But like when I was shooting poppy fields, I'm going to mix it up a bit. I'll shoot some wide images, I'll get the telephoto out, and we'll just mix it up a bit. And maybe Jamie will be in the video, looking at him over there. It's actually quite windy out here, so what we're trying to do is pick the length of the exposure so that the sunflowers are not just waving around, which sometimes means using a higher ISO or just waiting for the wind to stop. You can probably hear the wind. It's messing with my hair earlier, making me look like Ace Ventura, but it's looking promising. We've got some clouds up in the sky behind the scene there, and there's definitely a break in the sky. I'll turn the camera around in a second. Got a few poppies amongst the sunflowers as well. Look at that. Do you want to be in the video? You ready? Do you feel the cold? Because you always come out in shorts regardless.
The shorts typically only go away for about 2 weeks in December, and that's if there's snow or ice.
For the family photos on Christmas.
just like having the legs out. It's manly, isn't it?
So Jamie was in the background of my video when we went to the Bluebell Woods, and that's the first time I met Jamie. And then since then we've been going out to quite a few woodland. Jamie specialises in woodland photography, so you're not under canopy today, but you...
I know, it's a bit unnatural. There's like wind and no mist, and I should probably just clarify, I don't normally pick up strange men in the woods. It was a chance encounter that Ben and I had. It wasn't a strange website where you arrange to meet men in the woods.
That'd be a good one, Men in the Woods.
Where Men in the Woods.
No, it's available. Sweet. If you got a camera though, it's okay.
It's okay, yeah.
What I was saying in the when I was making the Bluebell video with Pablo, if you got a camera, you can do. It kind of gives you an excuse to do stupid things. Like, I'm a grown-up and I've got kids, but I skateboard because if you've got a skateboard and a camera, it's like it's okay. He's some sort of YouTuber or something. Let him off. But
we did also talk about the premise there will still always be a place for a camera in the world, because even though they're doing a lot with iPhones and other things, you wouldn't turn around and say, I'm going out with the iPhone this morning to go and shoot a woodland. It'd just be
sounds
a bit
suspicious,
strange, but it would be a bit weird.
Seriously, where are you going? Now, before I met Jamie, we've been to the same woodland and we've shot very, very similar compositions, although I'm very slow at editing, so he hasn't seen them yet. But I'm very confident that my edits will be a bit heavier looking than Jamie. He's got a very subtle, very tasteful way of editing his images, and it kind of puts my images to shame sometimes. So
It's very kind, Ben. Thank you.
It's the truth, because I'm not over editing. It's just the style of editing that I do, and then I might look at one of Jamie's images and think, that's a bit more how it really looked when I was there. So I think Jamie is very honest when it comes to how the landscapes. I mean, quite honestly, if you go out to a really nice location, you don't have to edit them particularly hard. They're just good looking scenes, good light in the first place, good composition. There's no real substitute for it. You don't have to salvage the image in Photoshop if you get a good image in the first place. So that's his tactic. I don't know if you'd be able to hear me because it's a bit windy, so I thought I'd shelter down here. Now the sun is starting to poke out of the clouds at the moment. I've got this composition set up from the corner, kind of like the bottom corner of the field, and then we're going to kind of move around. I'm going to move just across here, shoot wider, fill in the frame. There are some houses in the background, but because I'm shooting nice and wide, I'm not too fussed about those. They're just going to be tiny little dots in the background. And then I'm going to put the long lens on. There's also a really nice backdrop of the South Downs, which that view is not taken into consideration. So I'm going to kind of shoot it sideways, and then there'll be a nice backdrop once the sun is fully out. Although it's really windy, the clouds are moving so slowly. I've literally been waiting 15 minutes for the cloud to properly move out the way of the sun. The sun came up 50 minutes ago, and we still haven't got raw sunlight on this scene. Normally when you get low-lying clouds and then the sun pops up above those, there's this panic and you've got a very small window of opportunity, because once the sun's above that, it's just blue skies and it's overpowering contrasty light. That's not happening today. We've just been given this very soft, subtle light, and it seems to be going on and on and on. I'm not complaining, but yeah, have a look at this. Ben here, just to save you a bit of time, don't go in search of these sunflowers, because annoyingly about 3 or 4 days after I filmed this video, the farmer harvested the fields, which I was gutted about as well, because I wanted to actually go back and get some more shots. So don't bother this year going in search of them, because they're already gone. Back to the younger Ben. Jamie's got to go, he's got duties, like life gets in the way of photography.
You're in good company though, you still got Ben, he's the expert around here.
Alright, I'll see you soon.
You're out.
Luckily I work in Brighton, so I can go straight from here to work. Life duties get in the way, don't they? I reckon I've got about 10 or 15 minutes light left before the clouds conceal the sun again. I was just saying to Jamie, the lighting conditions are fantastic, because it's just like this haze. There's a very subtle, soft haze, and it's really good to work with. Something else that Jamie does, which I admire but I can't quite bring myself to do, is he gives each of his photographs a name. Whether or not he gives it a name based upon how he's feeling when he took the image, something to do with the composition or whatever it is, I think that's a really nice idea. It also kind of bridges the gap between it's a snapshot, it's a photograph, versus a piece of art. You would give a piece of art a name, and if you don't name your photographs, then they might remain photographs. Interesting conversation, hey? One thing I would say is that you have to be very good or very careful with your naming, because there's a skill involved in picking the right name for the photograph. If you have a average photograph and you give it a really big name, I think it can come across a bit poncy. So if you're going to do it well. I'm going to have to start to make my way back to the car, but I'll see if there are some compositions along the way. Okay, Jamie found this composition, so I've got to give full credit to him. We've obviously got a big field of sunflowers behind us, and there's one stubborn little sunflower facing the wrong way, maybe the right way. It knows something that the others don't. If you're ever taking a photograph of something like a yellow field, you're looking for this just one thing that sticks out, because that's your focal point. So having one sunflower facing the wrong way, there's your image. pushing my luck now. I'm going to be late for work, so I've got to go. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed seeing some new faces. I think that Jamie will be appearing in quite a few other videos moving forward. You should go and check out his Instagram account. He makes videos behind the scenes of his landscapes as well, so excellent person to follow. He knows what he's doing. I am surprised we didn't bump into lots of other photographers today. Glorious conditions. If the wind has ruined this video, I apologise on behalf of the wind. Well, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.